Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Iris Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight, as always, we have Bard, we have NPC, we have Thug, and as a guest today, we have Captain Jack. Welcome, everybody. We appreciate having you here today. Tune in. We are going to dive right in because we are in the final week of the regular season, and we're going to start right off with our normal segment, which is Amp It Up. And we will amp it up first with Captain Jack. What is one thing you noticed this past week 7?
Oh man, it is hard not to have noticed. You did not see a Friday night's feature match, Requiem. What the heck? Like, I know we had the numbers that said that Requiem was good, but we haven't seen it in person, and Friday night was it. Basically undefeated except for their fight against Godhand, who's no longer in the tournament anymore. And I mean, without them, I feel like certain teams, man, what is the name? Oh yeah, Pogfish. Should be watching them.
That was a pale
moving into the playoffs.
All right, Thug. Anything you noticed this week?
I noticed that the investment the community has in the competition. It's really fun to see people talk about playoff seedings and what ifs, and you have people doing their own independent rankings and seeing how that shakes out and really being invested and excited about what the community has to offer. Playoffs are right around the corner. This is make it or break a week for a lot of teams. Playoff seedings on the line. So it's really exciting to see the community really invested in it. That's what I noticed.
All right, NPC, what about you?
I noticed that this was the make it or break it week for teams, and especially in the C tiers, and the games were all really good. I mean, a lot of the games, the ones I saw at least, were very, very competitive. You could tell that every team was really bringing their A game. Now next week, some teams have been eliminated, so we don't know what we're going to see, but we definitely saw everybody on their A game this week, and it was very impressive.
Mm-hmm. And Bard, what did you notice?
We had some big old shakeups this week. 2 of the number 1 seeds in 2 different tiers got upset. I say upset, but they played some good teams, so I don't think it's really that much of an upset. And I gotta say, just commenting specifically towards another podcast member, I think the fates of those 2 former number 1 seeds are intertwined. So when one loses, the other loses. So you might have to change up your tune a little bit.
Okay. All right. What are we looking forward to this final week of the regular season, Captain Jack?
I feel like the final week is going to be one of the biggest that we have seen so far. We have got very few teams still on that cusp of elimination. We've got Slipstream versus Fighting Potatoes and Harmony tier. We have Folklore Gaming versus Dirt in the Transcendence tier. And I think of all the matches you've watched, you should definitely be watching this week to see who makes their way into the finals.
Thug, what do you got?
For me, I have a match I'm really looking forward to. Really, really looking forward to it. Is that Jack kind of alluded to it? The Slipstream versus Taters match. This is you win, you're in, and I'm real excited to see what both of the teams can bring to the table, and let's see who really wants this playoffs. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
NPC, what about you?
I preach this every week. I'm looking forward to the Discord tier feature match on Thursday.
Yeah.
And Tailwind, Exodus. Oh my gosh, Discord tier is the premier tier. That's just such a big one. I mean, you know, there might not be a lot of implications and there might not be a lot of weight on this match because they're both you know, ready to go. They're just fighting for seeding, and I don't even think it's going to make that much of a difference really for these teams. But as long as they both bring their A game, it's going to be an amazing match.
Absolutely. Bard, wrap it up here. What did you got?
Yeah, I think kind of covered a bit by the last few, but I'm just looking forward to these seeding matches. I want to see who's in. I want to see who's out. As a player, I'm really interested to see who I'm most likely playing in our first week in the playoffs. So I'm really just interested, like, where's everyone ending up? Mm-hmm. Who can I see later? Who's who's out, unfortunately. I'm just looking forward to the results of all these games.
It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how the bracket shakes out this week. Playoff brackets will be out fairly quickly once these matches wrap up. So definitely looking forward to seeing all that. All right, guys. Last thing with Amp It Up every week is a cold, hard truth or a spicy hot take. And we're going to start with Captain Jack. What do you got on this one?
I have the coldest of hard truths because I've been seeing it coming for weeks now. The Kings of Harmony and Transcendence tier have shown blood. They have fallen this last week. But you know what else has fallen? First couple episodes of Beat Drop, over on Overwatch Tranquility YouTube. You should be sure to check it out. The interviews with the teams are pretty fantastic. YouTube.com/Overwatch Tranquility. There's nothing cooler than that.
So wait, what was the take? Just that teams lost?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Spicy and
to go see Beat Drop.
There's nothing spicier or hotter than Beat Drop. All right, Thug. Thug, what you got?
Cold hard truth, trans tier's the worst.
Oh. Someone's not happy about the results.
I like it.
That
was cold and hard.
Hate it.
Wow.
Hate it.
You got to say that about my tier.
Someone's made some enemies with
Yeah, they got real weak leadership on that tier.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, who's their tier director?
See him and I am gonna not hug them.
Whoa.
You heard me.
Those are strong words. Strong words.
Cold-blooded.
Okay.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I miss you, Yeti.
NPC, go ahead.
I got a hot take. I got a hot take here. And this goes for all three tiers. The number 1 seed is going to go in overconfident and be one and done and get knocked out in the very first playoff game.
So you're thinking number C style.
Oh, that's Havoc style too.
Havoc style too. Oh no, that happens every season. Oh
god, happened the past 2 seasons. It's happened both times.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Say I'm surprised.
Who is the season that would fall? Who's the season? Who is the team that will fall this season? That's the big question on everybody's mind. Bard, you want to wrap it up here?
I have a spicy hot take. My spicy hot take is, with the exception of one game last week that I may or may not have taken part in, B tier matches are more fun to watch and predict than the A tier matches.
Yeah, A tier teams are
pretty much every tier. These B tier matches, they've been crazier results. They've been a lot closer. We've been seeing weirder things. And outside of like an upset or two in A tier, it really is just more fun to watch these weird, wacky B tier matches.
The crazy thing for me watching these lower tier teams is the emergence of sudden powerful teams. You know, Joey Esports was a team who struggled a ton in stage 1. Right now, they're in line for a potential 3rd seed. Ignis, same thing. Ignis could be looking at a 3rd seed. Let's continue down the line here, guys. We have tons of other teams. Venom Cheese, winless in stage 1. They've already locked in their playoff spot. You know, they're like, you go to Jersey Boys. Jersey Boys was picked by a lot of people to not be a contender in B tier. They're playing for a 3 seed as well. You know, there's a lot of competition right now. It's kind of crazy seeing how some of these teams are looking. And look at and Vet just brought up a really good point in chat. Indigo A is insane. Is insane because any one of those teams can finish in either 1st or 6th. Or finish with the 1st seed or the 6th seed.
Yeah.
So good luck in your final week. Like it's insane. It's actually awesome. Love seeing this. And hey, we're aware. We're seeing the teams dropping. We see the problems. There's a lot of things we're talking about to make some changes next season. We'll be doing a little bit of a podcast here in a few weeks to talk about some of the changes we'll be bringing in for season 6. So make sure to tune in once we get to that point. Maybe we can get the Big Daddy Cav to join us for that one.
I don't know why I'm nodding. I have no power here.
We definitely got to mark that one not safe for work.
That one is definitely not safe for work. I agree on that one.
Tranquility over OnlyFans account.
All right. We'll be back shortly. We do have some team comparisons with Overwatch League teams. We're going to be doing that. It's kind of our fun segment today. We have predictions later on. We have our giveaway, so get in your giveaway entries now. Giveaway entries close once we hit the comms check, which is later in the broadcast today. Nothing else exciting to go to, so let's just get to the montage.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, Falcon, for that fantastic montage. We definitely appreciate it. Lots of good plays there. Keep them coming. And by the way, there was one play in particular where literally all of us all at once went, wow. And that was the rock from Yeeter on that EMP.
rock, dude.
My God.
Yeah.
My God.
I think I called him as an early MVP. So
That was
thank you.
insane. That was
Don't dislocate
insane.
your shoulder, patting yourself on the back.
Yeah.
So
Of
I mean,
course.
granted, GM players, but at the same time, like, holy crap. So guys, get your clips in. We had a decent chunk of clips, but not a ton. Let's make Falcon or whoever edits the next montage have to do like an 8-minute montage. I actually don't, but get your clips in, guys. Get your clips. So
Have a through the fire and the flames moment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So let's get to some. We have today is kind of a fun segment. We're going to be comparing some of Tranquility's teams to Overwatch League teams, and now we obviously understand that none of Tranquility's teams compete with Overwatch League teams. We're not that stupid, except
so
for
much
Boston Uprising.
it's Boston and Vancouver that I think we've got some wiggle room.
Right. Boston Uprising. But we are talking more on a hypothetical. So how some of the teams are, like, what's their kind of feeling behind them? What's their superlative, if you will, that goes along with when you think of San Francisco Shock, you don't think of a cupcake team. You think of a dynasty, of a top team. We're going to be a top team in future seasons. They've got the future locked down. So We're going to start with San Francisco Shock. Let's compare a team in Tranquility, San Francisco Shock, in a way that what is the team that is most likely to be at the top, a dynasty moving forward in future seasons here? Captain Jack, what do you got?
Right. Well, the team that I chose, I believe, has a lot of promise or showed a lot of promise this season, but had more of like a catastrophic meltdown than a big boom. This is their first season, though. So now that they know who the big fish are, where the skill ceiling is, what they need to prepare for, I think Nuclear will be dropping bombs on the competition in season 6.
A bold claim. Nuclear has not had a lot of success, but that is a bold claim there for a dynasty, a dynasty on the atomic level. So, Thug, go ahead.
Pogfish.
What?
How's that going?
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah.
All right, enough said. Let's move on.
All right.
NPC, what do you think here? Team most likely to be a dynasty, a top team in future seasons.
I put Battalion. I put Battalion down here. I feel like they're a pretty good team. They kind of got a good core of people. I feel like they're gonna. I'm hoping that they stick with their players through the off season and come back next season with kind of a similar roster. Maybe make a couple of changes, but mostly I feel like that's a pretty solid franchise.
Right, and last but not least, Bard.
So I'm gonna pick a Discord tier team. I'm gonna go with Tailwind. Because going into stage 2, I thought Tailwind was the best Discord tier team. And I still think that that's maybe the case. I'm not gonna make any assumptions on who is first in Discord tier right now because anyone could take it. But last season as well, they were really impressive. And I thought they were a team that definitely had a finals contention in them, and they tried their hardest. And then this season, they're looking just as strong. And if next season they look any worse, I'd be shocked. So I didn't mean to make a pun. I'm sorry. But I for real think that next season they're going to be just as strong as they are this season.
Okay, Bard, from now on, I want you to intend your puns.
I know. I normally plan them out, and I'm ready for them. And
I'm just going to chime in here with my personal pick because none of you... Modify. I'm going to say good things about Modify.
No.
Right, don't do that.
So, Modify.
You know what? I'm with you.
Good things about Modify.
They are such a good team.
They are
Thanks
great.
Turning
team.
around because
And
honestly,
they're always going to be a dynasty in Harmony tier because Bard can't climb out of Plat. So
it's true.
It's
man, I didn't think about that.
It's because of teammates like you.
I hit like 2,900, and I was like, I'm on the road, and then I dropped another 100.
And they got Wit, who is never going to leave gold. I mean, let's be real
Wit
here.
is so happy where he's at.
Hasn't Stante hit Diamond yet?
No, he's like 2650.
Ryan will never be meta, so Insante will never hit Diamond.
Wit's still in gold.
Yeah, Modify will always be in Harmony tier because these three idiots can't climb out of can't climb up to Diamond.
Yep,
I mean that
That's
with all
dynasty,
I mean that with all the love in my heart, by the way. But goddamn. All right, let's move on then. Dallas Fuel is the next team. It's the team that it's the cycle, the Dallas Fuel cycle. You build up only to be inevitably completely let down. Who is that team? The team that just inevitably disappoints compared to preseason ambitions? Captain Jack.
So I was in preparation for this. I was rewatching what you all had kind of been predicting during the first couple of weeks, and this team was stacked, was ready to go. And I know that not succumbing to the meta is kind of their thing. But maybe they should have gave a little bit to the meta. So meta rejects, we were so looking forward to you doing good, but
once they cut me, it was all over for them.
Yeah, that's a real big thing right there. Take Yeti out.
All right. Thug, what do you got?
For me, it was a team that gave a lot of preseason aspirations. We're talking literally about this team I was very excited about because I'm close personal friends with a lot of them. It's your Fighting Potatoes.
Yeah,
it was a the season didn't go quite the way it wanted to, but you have an opportunity to save some face this week. I'm looking forward to that match. But yeah, Taters are a team that you still love them, and NPC has been a Dallas Fuel fan since inception, and they struggle, but he's still a fan. Mm-hmm. And it's everyone's a fan of the Taters. Potatoes. Mm-hmm. Taters fry together, raise the stakes. Let's go.
All I gotta say is we are not done yet. Yet. We might be done after Wednesday. I do hold that in
the immortal words of Socrates. Yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
We are still there. So NPC, who do you got?
Can any team really compare to my beloved Dallas Fuel?
Yes.
Yes.
I also wrote down Fighting Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are just piling on, and
it's like, I love the players, I love the org, but they needed to fire their coach. I love the guy. Just a great guy. But it just wasn't doing him any favor.
NPC's stream just cut out. Weirdest thing. No, he's back.
Okay. Yeah. So, but no. I also wrote down Fighting Potatoes. Just a lot of faith in those guys. Good friends. Just going to be a fan. Going to be a fan no matter what. Win, lose, whatever. I'm still there for them. So we'll see them next season.
Bard, go ahead.
So note to self: don't do any of my Dallas Fuel disses that I had listed.
Wait, you listed Dallas Fuel? This is okay. Yeti, can you cut that?
No, I think the issue with Dallas Fuel is that everyone thinks that they are every season. Everyone thinks that they're the big boys. They're up there and like they're gonna peak real high, and no one ever puts them like around the middle table where they belong. And so I'm looking at a team kind of like that. And for me, in the preseason, I saw a team that put up a pretty solid fight against a team who's no longer in the tier, which is Orbit. And Orbit put up a pretty solid preseason. And I thought, okay, they can hang with the big boys. They're going to be up there. And then look at them now, drop down to B tier. They're having a little bit of trouble. They're having a rough go of things. And I think that we all kind of overhyped them. We kind of put them up with the big boys when we should have been putting them around the middle of the table.
I mean, it is worth noting. It's I'm going to bring this up now just because as the Transcendence tier director, I am highly qualified to talk about these kind of things. But Orbit can still finish as high as a second seed right now. So they're still in pretty darn good shape right now going into the postseason. So don't count out my boys at Orbit.
They've had some lucky drops. Let's be real.
I think a lot of teams had a lucky drop when God
every team in Transcendence tier has had some lucky drop.
I mean, we've watched
just saying, we can say these things, but yes, we all know that.
Swiss bracketing, more like Swiss cheese, am I right?
All right. Wow, lots of subs today. Thanks, Ice, Poggers, and Icarus, by the way. We appreciate the extra support.
Big.
And just as a reminder, it is September for a couple more days. So if you're looking to support Tranquility, there's a great way to do that. Everything,
and you save 30%.
Yeah,
subscribe for 6 months.
And here's the other kicker on that: everything we get from subs, from ads, from store, we throw right into Cav's pocket, and then he takes it out of his pocket and he gives it all back to you guys. So
because it has to go to his bank account.
Because it has to go to his bank account. That's how it works. But then it goes into another account, and then we spend it on you guys. So,
then we put it offshore.
Yes, offshore.
And we deduct the interest.
We launder in Cavs illicit activity money, and then we
give it back.
No,
we just try to make it possible.
Again, and I mentioned it before.
We take it to Vegas. We put it on black. We bring back what's left. Cut it in
and there's a hype train. Just saying hype train.
We got hype train going on.
We got a hype train. Hey, guys. Oh, there it is. Thank you, NPC.
You're welcome.
Guys, again, we appreciate all the support. It does go a long way for us to give you guys what we want to give you. We want to give you guys, giveaways. We want to do prizes for all these event week events. We want to do all these things for you guys, and it wouldn't be possible without your support. We've all, it's huge for us. It allows us to do these awesome things for you guys. So definitely appreciate the support. It gives us the extra drive to want to continue to do this as well. So despite all the things that go on. All right, we left off on Bard, I believe, correct? Or did you already go?
I think I just went.
You did.
I said
the team that disappointed, it's Potatoes. Yes, we agree. You're not going to hear an argument from me. I play on their team. So, hey guys, keep that hype train rolling. Oh my God. Thank you, Booth. Look at this man. Look at this man here.
Yeah.
Look at this man here, guys. We appreciate the extra support. Again, this all goes a long way.
Man,
oh my God.
Is that level 2? Is that
We
level
got
2?
We got the level 2.
Look at all this stuff.
train?
That's level 2. We're past level 2, I believe. We're up to level 3.
We're into level 3 already. A hype
Hype
train.
Are we? Oh, it's just
Hype train.
slow.
Yeah, it's just slowly
gathering,
getting
I
there.
guess.
Guys, thank
Catching
you
up,
again.
baby.
Hype train.
Thank you, Thug, for supporting the community. You help administrate.
Thank you. It's shameless.
Yes. All right. And me now too. I legitimately have more to talk about. But this hype train is awesome, guys, and we appreciate this support. Is actually really cool for us. So thank you. It's really, really quite kind. So I know. Yeah, the hype train is still going. Hype train is still on.
Hype train.
It's still on.
Hype train.
I can't even get through this. This segment is it's been derailed by the hype train.
That's how you intend.
I'm out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.
Oh, it was over.
I'm out, guys. Is the hype train over? Hype train's
Yep,
over.
that's it. See you later.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Hype train.
Level 5 hype train. Holy crap, y'all. Thank you again.
train.
Thank you again. It's awesome. We appreciate the support. It goes miles to help this place out. So thank you, everybody, for the support.
Hype train.
Hype train.
Hype train.
Level 5 is not done yet. Damn.
So close.
So close, though. Man.
I don't think I can say hype train again, guys.
Hype train. Let's get to the next team on the list here while we have a moment before something happens. Let's get to the Dallas Fuel. Let's get to the Shanghai Dragons. Shanghai Dragons is and we're saying they're a new team for this purpose because basically Shanghai didn't exist before last season. Let's be real. Shanghai Dragon, who is this team that's just kind of come out of nowhere, brand new team, looking or likely to contend for a championship? So which new team is likely to contend? Captain Jack.
All right. Well, I mean, it's going to be no shock to you all. I am simping hard for Sips T. I mean, Royals have been a brand new team that have just been absolutely rocking their tier, only losing to some other team in the tier that, gets called out on the podcast every now and again. But,
no, they didn't lose the Modify.
I think it was Flashbacks. I think was the one that I was talking about. Because they remember they did the whole Twitter thing like, oh, Royals is going to win. But you know what? Do you know what sandbagging is, Flashbacks? I don't think you do. So Royals was just taking it easy on you.
I don't think Royals does either.
I'm just saying. And then, the Royals starts now. Flashbacks are sitting there with their crown. They're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great playoffs. No, Royals coming for you. They're gonna snatch that crown and they're gonna put it right back where it belongs.
Jack's been on the Royals train for this entire season, to be fair to him.
I love my Sips Tea.
More gifted subs, by the way. Holy shit. Look at this man.
Hype train.
Look at this man. We got the level
Hype
5 complete. My goodness.
Hype train.
What a hype train. What a hype train.
Level 6 complete. No? Okay, won't do it.
No,
There's no level 6. It's just
There's
the hype train is going for another
And
minute
69
56
viewers.
seconds.
Nice.
So
Nice.
just saying. And 69 viewers, which is very
You're
nice.
right there.
Let's get
Right
some
there.
nices in chat, please. Can we get some nices just to make sure that we have that covered, please? Thank
Okay,
you.
now we gotta get the percentage up to 420, and then
Thank you.
And then
Yeah, get that hype train.
Yes, the
Then we'll have
laws require a nice here, so thank you all for getting those in there. Again, guys, the support goes miles. I appreciate it. I know a lot of these subs were gifted. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. Thank you so much for being a part of this. So let's get going here on the next bit. Or Shanghai Dragon still Thug. Who do you got?
Shanghai Dragons' new team Going to the trans tier here, and I can't pick one team because they're not new. I am going to pick Tempo. Tempo is a team that it looks really strong. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. It's myself included. It's a team that looks strong, has looked very strong. They 3-2 in the first stage. They're going 2-0 here with they're playing for the first seed against Requiem this week. It's gonna be a blowout match. Tune in. It's gonna be dope. So I'm look forward to that team continue to succeed and challenging my beloved Hogfish.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Pogfish.
Oh, there you go.
This fish do be pogging.
NPC, go ahead.
For the Shanghai Dragons, the new team most likely to contend, I put Phantasmal for Harmony tier.
Ooh.
Pretty strong team. Lots of good players there. They had some players that were around last season, but they didn't really exist. So I think that kind of counts here.
I think that's fair. I think that's acceptable here. Bard, what about you? What do you think?
So I'm also picking a team that had some players, but they weren't a team last season, and I've picked Tempest. It is no secret that Tempest is one of my favorite Discord tier teams right now. I think they're super good. I think that they should really be on every team in Discord tier's radar for a playoff run / finals contention. And I think the fact that none of you picked Tempest and left them for me is really fortunate for me because they are incredibly solid. I don't know what you're laughing at, Ski, but I probably said something stupid. So let's see.
No. They're laughing because I gifted XQC a sub to our channel.
Oh, no.
Notice me somebody. Felix, please.
Yeah. Felix,
Oh, boy.
Notice us, Felix. All right.
We lost the hype train.
We lost that. It's okay. You know what? It was a great hype train. Thanks again, everybody. All right. My new team gonna compete for a championship, Requiem. I don't think that Requiem is going to win it. I think they dominate every match they're in for the rest of the term. I think they not only win, I don't think they lose more than one map in every single match for the rest of the tournament. I think they're that good. So I think they will second chance the tier and they will just roll over every team. So that is my hunch right now. But Tempo is looking really good. Tempo is really looking really good. But I think Requiem right now is the favorite in my opinion. So
Okay.
All right, next team here, Philadelphia Fusion. Philadelphia Fusion, a powerhouse team. Specs would agree. There's a powerhouse team, constant star power, and they always fail in the playoffs. So, which high seed will falter in the playoffs, Captain Jack?
So, as you all well know, I am an agent of chaos here on the podcast. And, it's easy to win games when there really isn't anything on the line. In the regular season, it's like, okay, stage one, like we can do whatever. It's not a big deal if we go 5-0, positive 20 in the Harmony tier, no big deal. But again, we saw a little falter last week, and now I think that a lot of these Harmony tier teams might have a taste of blood. Looking to make that deep cut that will eventually take out Modify in the playoffs. And I don't think any amount of Digivolution will save them to make it to the finals.
All right, Thug. What
That's
do you
what
got
I like.
What do you got for us on this one, Thug?
I have a team in Discord tier that is really strong, really, really strong team. They put in a good showing. They have a good following. Every week you look at them, you're like, okay, they're going to win this thing. But ultimately, they're going to come up short. They came up short last year, and that is Tailwind. Super strong team. Again, they're in the conversation for best team in the tier, and they have been since day one. We talked about them preseason. We talked about them early in the podcast, and I see that's a team that, while very strong, I just don't know if they have the right. That's
very De Niro of you, Thug.
Is the word you're looking for.
chutzpah. The gumption. They don't have the right gumption for it. But
Right. NPC.
All right, Philadelphia Fusion, a high seeding team that's gonna falter in the playoffs. I hate to even say this because I love this team so much, but it's gotta be prodigious. They're in too deep. They were such a high seed coming into stage 2 that the roster changes have gotten to them, and I don't know if they've got what it takes to gel together and actually win more in the playoffs. I'm afraid that they started over too late. And while I love them to death for sticking with it and rebuilding with just 2 players from the original team,
Wow.
it might be too late for this season. And I fear that, some of the other teams have just had such a long time to build their cohesion and their chemistry. But if Prodigious can stick with it, they have a great base going into season 6, but I just don't see them going terribly far to the playoffs, but I hope they prove me wrong. I really do.
Right. Bard, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm when I think of Philadelphia Fusion, I think of a team that's consistently good no matter what level they're playing at, but they just can't win a single finals ever. Sorry, I'm just having fun reveling in that thought. I picked Otaku Empire because, again, I think early season, based on some of their showings, we all kind of thought Otaku can hang with the big boys. They're up there for a run in Transcendence tier. And I still think they're looking pretty solid, all things considered. But I don't see them beating quite a number of the teams that they're going to have to play to get to that finals match. So I think they're probably going to be knocked out, maybe semifinals. Maybe they have a run and get knocked out in the finals, a la Philadelphia Fusion. But I don't see them winning it all.
I have to say, one other team I think is going to be here. For me, I think it's Exodus. I think Exodus is a bit of a struggle bus right now, and I'll just be honest with you, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see Cryptic J Force finding a way to get through this. I really don't.
The employee of the month, Cryptic J Force.
And I will say this, and I will say this. Exodus, formerly Airstrike, had an amazing run in the finals. An amazing run. Their last season. But they also had Void Kit.
Yeah.
Fanda Games is an incredible player, but they don't have Void Kit. Instead, they have basically the same team with one person basically filling in for Void Kit. And no offense to Poochie, who is a fantastic player, Void Kit was borderline a prodigy. It still is kind of a prodigy. And it's not Poochie's fault by any means, because Poochie is incredible. But Void Kit is insane. I just worry that Exodus just doesn't have the staying power. That's my one fear. I just really don't. I don't see it. I don't see them competing with Tailwind, with teams like that. I just don't see it. So we'll see. Honestly, hey, if they prove me wrong, that's awesome. And kudos to them, because I love Cryptic. Cryptic knows that. So, and I love Poochie. Poochie subbed for Steel Team Spots a few times. Like, good group of people, but I just don't see it. So, all right.
I'm really excited to see them change their names to Call You Out on Wednesday.
I know, right? I know. I honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that. I hope they clip this because I want this to be in their Discord, and then I want them to change their names because I want to see what it looks like. It's gonna be great. So, all right, let's get to the next team here. That's Seoul Dynasty. The Seoul Dynasty is also known as the retirement home for Korean Overwatch players. So I figured it's a team, it's a place where, teams latch on to kind of like old Tranquility names or old ways or old metas, teams that, are just kind of they're latching on to the past and latching on to what they used to be, and they just don't have it anymore. Captain Jack, what do you think?
So for me, I had to head back to the Discord tier. Being on the beat drop has really, allowed me to learn a lot about the teams, a lot more than I knew previously. And one of probably my favorite characters is Tough Actin' Terractin coming in from Praxis, but Terractin's a Rhine OTP. And, it seems like the team supports that and will do everything they can to make sure that Terractin is able to stay on that Rhine and make those big shatters. But with the Zoomers continuing to go with this new meta, go in this new direction of the dive and the double bubble and all that stuff, I think that Terractin and Praxis just might be a little slow when it comes to taking victory here in the playoffs.
All right, go ahead, Thug.
My team that, how do I put this? I'll be trying to be nice about it. It's a team that was good. It was a team that had a lot of, like, you expected it. You expected. I have the Holy Jalapenos here. It's a team that people were really excited about. It was a team that, when Seoul came into, everyone's like, Seoul's it. This is it. As South Koreans, Seoul's our team. But I look at this and I see a team that I feel like they're forcing things, and they're trying to balance between trying really hard and then being like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let's just have some fun, and finding that balance point they're really struggling with it. So I see Jalapenos here. I still think Jalapenos can pull it together and really put on a good showing. But as of right now, this is kind of where I see him fit.
Yeti, Thug said a bad language word.
I always do. Every podcast.
I don't care.
I'm trying to
All right.
one in.
What are you gonna do? Ban me?
Yeah, what
This
about you?
podcast, this
Ban him?
podcast is rated M for mature.
Don't
All right,
tempt me, sir.
NPC, go ahead.
So Soul Dynasty team returning, latching onto their old ways. I also wrote Jalapenos, kind of a backup, but my primary pick here is going to be Maelstrom. I believed in them a couple of seasons ago. They were really, really strong. They were very dominant. I thought that they could go to Discord tier. I thought that they could make it. I thought they were contenders, and I was wrong. And they were wrong. And so they were just like, you know what? We'll just go back to basics. Go back to our old haunt. Go back to Harmony tier. Let's just go back and do that. And they had to start over. But their cycle is starting over because they started out really weak, and then they've built synergy, and they've built teamwork, and they've been building that. And even though they had some losses, they just, they sucked up. They're like, okay, this is how we learn. This is how we get better. We're going to go again. And they didn't make a whole bunch of roster changes and get all drastic and point fingers at each other. They were just like, we're going to get better. And they've been getting better steadily. But, maybe they're going to get too big for their britches. I don't know. We'll find out. But this is like, it's history repeating itself here for Maelstrom.
Did you, along the waterfront, could have been a contender?
Could have been a contender.
I heard you.
tried that
I
one.
was also going to say
I
Maelstrom
intended
Spicy
that
Water.
one.
That one's for you,
Little-
Crispy.
little friend.
Bard, go ahead.
So I also had jalapenos written down. But luckily, I am a quick thinker and I had a backup. And this backup is actually a new team to Trank. But their players are really recognizable, and that's Phantasmal. I think Phantasmal, at least when we played them, because that's what I'm going to base this on, they're trying to build themselves around players that are known in Trank, and they're also trying to build themselves around a meta that is so fluid right now. There is no meta in Overwatch, and they have stuck to something, and they think, all right, this is what the meta is going to be, and this is what we're going to run, and it is not leaving them with any room to move around and adjust and maneuver around things. And I think that I am a Soul player. I am a Soul fan. I think that they are faltering the same way that I've seen Soul falter for 3 seasons in a row. Fingers crossed for these finals. And I'm seeing some signs that are very reminiscent with my own favorite team. So I'm gonna say Phantasmal.
All right. Get off my land, obviously. I don't know why this is even a question. Why haven't we brought that up? I don't understand.
I know.
Old ways
Shady's
too much
having a
of a
damn
turn of events.
aneurysm
Yeah,
in
Shady
chat.
is literally like Get off my land! Get off my land!
I had to pour one out for
the
Maelstrom.
obvious here on the podcast. All right?
I'm gonna cheers for all the teams that aren't adapting properly.
That is a gif or an emote waiting to happen. Is me making that face. So I look like a thumb. All right. Anyways, moving on.
All right, someone pause the podcast. Mix ready. Where are you at when I need you?
All right, let's get on to the next one here. Florida Mayhem is the next team with amazing branding. And I'm not talking about McDonald's Mayhem. I am talking about Miami Vice Mayhem here. Team with fantastic.
I'm kind of a fan of the McDonald's, to be fair.
True. A team with just fantastic branding. Captain Jack, start us off here.
So, I mean, I had to pick a group of teams because they're all interconnected. So we got a couple different tiers here. But these cool cats and kittens, they got so many all-stars. They got great logos going on. I mean, they've got players that are absolutely slain, from the Sensa Blades to Cinnamon, my child, no bias whatsoever. You know, lots of amazing players, incredible community. So I got to give it to the Jetpack Cats / Flying Lions organization. Just absolutely love all their stuff they do, love their players, and they're all just all about everything. They're so great.
Tiny spider just fell from the ceiling on me.
I see it.
Thug,
Nice.
go ahead.
Mine is a organization. It's a grouping of teams. It's 2 teams that they know what they are, and they're not trying to stop. They are kind of a staple in every meal.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
boy.
the potatoes and the
I can't do
seal
my
team spuds. Look at them. Like,
That's how you intend to pun right there.
they really understand that the SEAL Team Spuds Rambo potato is phenomenal. It's such a cool idea. I really hope they make a trans tier team that doesn't fold. And
Trans tier teams
Raise the
folding, that
stakes.
never happens.
raise the steaks, steak and potatoes. And also I'll give a very close runner up was the Spicy Org. I love peppers a lot. And I was going to give it to them, but they really screwed it up with the ghostly peppers, and it soured me, and I was mad. I cried a lot. Stayed up really late at night.
My Queen Needle really let us down on that one. So.
Really did. My queen really. I had some rough one. I went through a really dark place. Yeah, it was tough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not quite over it, but
All right, NPC, save us.
All right.
Save
So
us,
we're
NPC.
looking for a team with amazing branding.
Mhm.
Team that has a brand that when you look at their logo, you just feel all good and nostalgic.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm gonna say Orbit. You knew what I was gonna say.
yeah.
Now that's just for me personally. Like, I know you guys don't get those same warm
No,
homecoming
no, we
vibes
don't.
from Orbit, but you guys have taken a vow of silence on that one, and that's how you intend to pun right there. So if I can't pick that one, I got to pick Lightspeed. I just for an esports org, the star with the mouse cursor arrow pointer in it. It's beautiful. It's a really clean. Crisp looking logo.
Yeah.
Very clean. And it just, it says what the org is all about right there with the mouse pointer. Some of these other logos, you look at them and you're like, what the heck does that have to do with video games, right? But this, it's pretty clear. And I like it.
Bard, wrap us up here.
So I took some time to think about this one. I really hashed it out with myself. And I had picked the Fighting Potatoes and SEAL Team Spuds.
I love hash.
But Thug took it from me.
Mhm.
So I had a backup, and I thought, who better to complement the Florida Mayhem than the Miami Yikes?
Wow.
Which
I
is-
thought that one was too obvious. So
It is
That
my-
was just too
it is-
obvious.
It was too obvious, which was why was my backup. But it is
Boring.
also, I think, my favorite logo of this season.
Boring.
but it's just the words. There's not really a
No, it's
symbol.
a fantastic logo. It's boring.
It's a
as
good
fuck.
looking
really
thing.
good.
It's just
It's really good, and all I'm saying is I look at the logo and I feel happy inside, so I'm going to pick them.
I just gotta say, I'm a little surprised this team didn't get picked, but I'm gonna go ahead and say them now, just because I think it's necessary. It's my favorite one of my favorite logos. It's the simplest logo. It's so simple, but it's so elegant. It's so green. Venom cheese.
Yeah.
There's just it's simplistic. It's elegant in its beauty and perfection. It lures you in with almost a poisonous level of allure.
We're gonna get TOS
So,
here in a minute if you're not
I
careful.
know. I gotta be
All right,
careful.
all right.
I gotta be careful. But Venom cheese, outstanding. And then other people are talking about other great logos. There's a lot of great logos.
Yeah.
We got some Cav does good work.
A lot of them aren't even Cavs. Like a lot of them are just coming in from outside the community, which is great too. So
People are good at things.
People
are
outside of the
good.
community
You
also
guys
do
People
good
have
work.
talent. What is talent?
Talent is awesome.
Children.
all right.
Tranquility has talent. Tranquility's got talent. That's what it is.
All right.
Are we
The
doing an
last
off-season
team that
show?
I'm choosing is the Chengdu Hunters.
Mm.
And let's face it, Chengdu is Chengdu. They're weird. They're very weird. So when I thought of Chengdu, I think of they're such a weird team. But they still somehow manage to win the weirdest matches because they like boom their opponent because Among is just insane, the wrecking ball, and it just tilts the hell out of their opponent. Who is the team in Tranquility that just plays the weirdest shit and just does the weirdest stuff and is still gonna boom their opponent because they do that and then just win? So Captain Jack, what do you think?
I kind of already mentioned them a little bit. They are a ballad of mayhem, literal dragon's fire in the Transcendence tier, and still a little underrated because we hadn't seen him until Friday. But I mean, when you have a hit scan Lucio player that punches Faras out of the sky, I mean, I got no other words. It's Requiem. It has to be Requiem.
Requiem with the Soldier Bastion comp? Was that correct? Did I remember that one correctly? Or
Did run that, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you were paying attention to that, you weren't paying attention to
Yeah.
the really cool stuff.
Requiem has a lot of crazy players, and we haven't seen them yet. If you haven't watched the Trans Tier feature, go watch it. Players like Bleach and Snipes, holy crap! Like Seb's on the off tank, like insane levels of play for Requiem guys. They're insane. So, like Bleach is crazy. Bleach is just out of this world good.
That's the hit
So-
scan punching Faras.
Yeah, the hit scan Farah punching Lucio. All right. I'm sorry. Thug, who do you got on this one?
I picked the Harmony tier team. This team you mentioned kind of like booming people, mentally booming them and kind of tilting them. I thought of a team where it's like people just hate dying to this person. Like that mentally booms me. When you get killed by somebody and it's like, how is this happening? In what world? And the only person I think in the entire community that can get people to feel that amount of shame is Modify. How in the hell are we dying to Bard? Everybody. And then I thought more about it.
Yeah.
It's win.
I play to tilt. I don't play to win.
You don't play to win. You just you're mental. You're mentally.
I am sorry
booming
about
people.
that shatter on Hanamura though. I called him out for that.
Hate it.
All right, NPC, what do you got?
Tengu Hunters. I actually have. If you've listened to their comms, it's not necessarily so much about the team comps that they play, but just the weird comms that come out of this team. Exodus. If you've ever watched any of their streams, it's just their comms are all over the place. They're always talking about something stupid, and it's nuts. And then they keep winning somehow.
Yep.
And they're just weird.
Yep.
And I don't know. I've never played against them because I'm bad at the game and in Harmony here. But like, if I played against them, I imagine that like the text chat would be just as weird. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. I wouldn't even ever know what's going on. You know,
Who needs GGEZ when you got Exodus?
right?
True.
Exactly.
True. All right, Bard, what do you think?
So when I think about Chengdu Hunters, I think that they run really weird things, but they really only run like with success, they run ball comps when they're running Ameng on the ball, and they can try to kind of run that Pharah because they really only have one trick. And so I picked one trick as my Chengdu Hunter team.
Okay, he's intending puns now. They're weak, but he's getting them.
Yeah,
you're getting there.
Yeah, I picked one tricks because they're kind of just the weirdest team in Discord tier, in my opinion, in terms of how kind of oddly inconsistent they are. They have Billy Got playing main tank, which it's booming to lose to Billy ever. And
Yeah,
so
I can feel
I
that.
kind of think that like the only way that one tricks really sweep any opponents is if they win that first round and just they boom the enemy team. And I think that their best bet of moving on into the playoffs in a good spot is to just boom everyone they play against.
I will say the team that boomed my team the most when we played them is Doodles. For one, losing to a team named Doodles, it's just demoralizing.
That's gotta hurt. Yeah.
I mean,
They have a great logo though.
I mean, it's something. It's something, all right. Doodles are a tilting team to play against. They play some weird things, and their logo was just a tiny little dog.
It's so cute,
and
it's such a
yet
good logo.
they find a way to make, and they play this weird super aggro style that's so it's weird, man. And I've never played against a team like theirs, but what they do works really well for them, like really well for them, and it's really cool. Like I have trouble finding the words. Like it's Doodles are a cool team. I am excited to see what they do the rest of the way here. So, all right, mystery team guys, I'm gonna let you guys come up with your comparisons on this one. Captain Jack, what do you got?
All right, so my mystery team was a team I absolutely loved in season 1 of Overwatch League, which is the only season I've ever really paid attention to Overwatch League because life. And that's the Los Angeles Valiant. They were absolutely incredible, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. They are a team that likes to steal other people's homework, because if you've ever seen their logo and played Pokemon Go, it pretty much looks like the Zapdos logo for Team Instinct, and they just changed it a little bit, and now it's LA Valiant. So my team that likes to steal other people's homework comes from the Discord tier, and that's the Arctic Foxes. Because as you know, we had Twilight Foxes in the Harmony tier, and then we had Arctic in the Transcendence tier. So it's like,
Arctic and Twilight are both Transcendence.
Yeah, they're both Transcendence.
Oh, are they both?
Yeah.
That's my bad then. So okay, so
Same.
Stealing from something more.
Stealing from somebody
Yeah.
else. They were like, I'll just take a piece of this, and I'll take a piece of that, and I'll put it together. And whoa, look, wow, amazing. Just a complete other team right there.
Okay.
Cool. Totally cool. Wouldn't even notice that it would become a living meme on this podcast whatsoever. I don't know.
Twilight Arctic Foxes? Yeah.
Twilight Arctic Foxes?
We only have one
Foxes,
team.
Twilight Arctic Foxes. Yes.
Yeah, it's one team.
Arctic.
Yes, Twilight Arctic Foxes. Yeah, we have a joke game where we play it, where I'll say the name of a player. They're either from Twilight Foxes, Arctic Foxes, or Arctic. Figure it out.
Well, when two of those teams fold, inevitably, they'll just merge into one team.
Damn,
That's good.
Why you gotta go
Arctic
there?
Foxes
That's not
actually
nice.
came in
That's a little
halfway and
toxic.
replaced a folded teams.
That's a little toxic. All right, Doug, go ahead.
The team I picked is the Vancouver Titans. Vancouver Titans were a powerhouse. They were phenomenal last season. Really, really, really good. And then everybody left, and now they're bad. They're poorly managed. It's a team that really struggles management-wise. No one knows what's going on. It was mismanaged. They kind of fell apart, and it's kind of hobbling itself together and seeing what it can do. The team I picked that most describes that is Boop from Harmony tier. Boop last season was real good. If anyone watched last season or if anyone remembers that, they're a phenomenal team. And this season, they're just not finding the same success. They're having some management issues. They're having a little bit of internal conflict. and it's really struggling. So I see Boop as that team.
NBC.
Okay. Mystery team for me. I got to pick a team. I picked the Houston Outlaws because even before the Overwatch League was a thing, the season 0, the Contenders season 0, they had teams, and I was a big fan of the Corn Dogs, FNRGFE. Okay. And those guys, I was a big fan of that team. I was a big fan of those players, and all those players basically turned into the Houston Outlaws. And then there was the Dallas Fuel, and I'm from Dallas, so I have to root for Dallas. And even though I liked the players from Outlaws, and I respect the Outlaws as an organization, they are also a fellow Texan team. So if Dallas can't be there, I at least hope Houston can. But I feel a lot of pressure. Everybody's pressures me to hate Houston. There's just this like the communities that I'm in just tell me you have to hate Houston because we hate them. And that team for me is Modify. Everybody
that's a good reason to hate Houston, though.
Everybody hates them. Just hate them, okay? They're bad.
Yeah.
And the Houston Outlaws are also kind of bad team.
They're really
Right?
bad. I'm a fan.
I think
Right,
Modify's
but-
a little. We have some higher rep skill wise than Houston.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Man, I don't know.
I have to hate Houston, so now I have to hate Modify. Like, you know, if the situation were a little
True.
different,
True,
maybe I
honestly,
could be
it's
a
true.
fan, but I can't. I have to hate you because I got to fit in with my crowd.
It's a
Like
good enough
Regina
reason.
is counting on me to hate Houston because on Wednesdays we all hate Houston.
Wednesdays we all hate Houston.
Wednesdays we all. All right. Bard, what do you got?
Outlaws. I went with a team that I absolutely adored watching in this playoffs, but it did not like watching during the regular season. I went with Washington Justice. And my rationale for Washington Justice is a team that literally no one expected that somehow will have or is having an amazing run of things. And there are quite a few teams right now that I think we didn't expect anything from, perhaps rightfully so, that are now having just their pick of the wins, really. And my choice for a Washington Justice team is Jersey Boys. Because who was talking about Jersey Boys before this stage? No one.
I forgot they were
Like,
even still a team.
Are we talking
They-
about?
I
Like,
legit forgot.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
Thug runs the tier, so he had to pay attention to them. And
That's
even
true.
then, I don't
That's
think
true.
I have heard Thug talk about Jersey Boys. And then look at them right now. They are 2-0. They are looking to sweep their stage. And if any of us had called that going into stage 2, I would have put money against it. And I would be losing some money. So they are for sure the Washington Justice. Let's just hope that they have a more successful run than Washington Justice did. God rest their souls. Because, yeah, well, Justice kind of crash and burn right at the end.
Frankie Valley do be kind of crack though.
Oh,
He do
true.
be.
True.
My team was kind of the same type of thing, like kind of that fringe team who never really did a whole lot, but suddenly now surging. And a team who did surge this season now are out, unfortunately. But I went with Delta. It's Delta Threat, but I'm comparing them to Paris Eternal. Paris Eternal is a team, you know, everybody's kind of like, yeah, they're a good little team. They're a pretty good little team. You know, whatever. They're doing all right. And then Ben Best showed up, and then all of a sudden this team looks amazing now. You know, Ben Best shows up, Sparkle, XE is all just sudden going completely insane. And now all of a sudden, like, Paris was considered a major threat before they got eliminated here in the playoffs. I know people are talking about Jersey Boys, but like, I gotta go Delta Threat. I look at that team right now and I'm kind of, I'm actually a little surprised. Like, I did not see them coming. Chaos Clan is an outstanding DPS player for that team.
For real.
They're a good team. They're a really good team, and they could make some waves come playoff time. So, all right. That is the end of our Superlatives segment here, guys. Thank you so much. We are going to get now into your comms check. So, again, last call,
Giveaway entries.
the last
Yep.
call on giveaway entries.
Giveaway
You
entries in
have
the
about
chat,
10 more
wherever the chat
seconds.
is, over there
So,
somewhere.
giveaway entries in the chat, which is wherever you have your chat. I don't know. Is it down here
There.
because you're on mobile? Is it over
That way.
here?
That way.
Is it over here?
way.
It might be. So get your giveaway entries in so you can get your free Tranquility merch if you win the giveaway. So Yeah, and it's definitely rigged so NPC wins. That's how he has so many shirts.
Yeah, I do.
It's true.
That makes sense.
So,
Makes sense.
all right, get your giveaway entries in. Last call on that, and let's roll the comms check.
Come on, come on, come on.
We are Maelstrom. We are Maelstrom. Papa has to pee.
Okay.
Papa has to pee. Papa has to pee.
I'm okay.
Papa has. He's okay.
Gringo.
We are Maelstrom.
If he hits a god shot, I will grow out a beard.
Ooh.
Sam.
Aren't you like 12?
I don't know what we should do in general. If we're doing defense, then I mean,
Right.
like honestly, on defense, we can.
Arisa Sigma.
No!
Okay, sorry. I am. Kill the baby. Kill the baby. Oh,
Kill the baby.
Ran one.
Rain.
He's dead. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I can block this.
Nice, two. Beat. Do it.
Good job, guys.
Let's go. Good turn out.
Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow.
I wonder what I would look like. This is the MMA thing. But I can't even check.
Oh my god. I don't know if the Ryan got out. Did Ryan get out?
Found the enemy.
Oh no, he's here. Hello. Get this Ryan. Yes.
Shiny, do you want Moira or Lucio? Shiny, do you want Moira or Lucio? Good talk.
Like sticky paper version where you stick on your monitor. I want everyone to go get some pen, get some sticky notes, stick in center of their monitor over the crosshair, and say "Kill Reaper" on it. That should work nicely, guys. Except those that has to aim.
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday
to
you. Happy birthday. Why are we singing it so slow? Happy birthday, dear Gucci. Happy birthday to you.
A few moments later.
Hey, sit at the door. Door, Poochie, door, so I can speed you out.
Kenny?
Poochie, door, so I can speed you
I
out.
can't see you can only see
Poochie, Poochie,
Poochie,
there's 9 seconds.
Poochie,
7,
Poochie!
6, 5,
Birthday boy!
4, 3.
Poochie, come on, Poochie, seriously.
Bro, I have time.
I
mean, with Lucio, you don't need positioning though. Like that's big.
you do.
Well, maybe that's why you feed so much.
Okay.
Yahoo!
That's good.
Woohoo!
That's horrible.
You got a soundboard over there? No, he just is Mario.
I hate it here.
That's a comms check. As long as you say that's a comms check, I think
Oh,
you can get into comms check.
It's true. You could literally say anything, and then you just follow it up with "That's a comms
That's
check,"
a comms check, baby.
and you know that Kaden will put it into comms check.
Exactly.
Just because she's really grasping at straws for clips right now.
And climb, ladies and gentlemen.
Thug, any comments?
I have no shame.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
That's like one of the most popular sounds on my soundboard on my stream now.
Caden,
It's only 25 bits, but
Caden, as always, fantastic works on the comms check. That was incredible stuff. Captain Jack, you're muted. Are you okay? You got things in your eye or something there? You're like
Starting to sweat. You're starting to sweat. I know exactly
he's
what
sweating.
it's from.
He's sweating it. He's sweating into his eyes. Yeah, that's brutal.
That's
it.
All of us who've worn stage makeup have been there, and I feel really bad for you.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I normally look. Anyways, let's move on to no real announcements this week. End of season award nominations will be announced very soon. Good chance we'll be seeing it here. I don't exactly know how we're gonna do it yet, but maybe next week's podcast, maybe a little halftime show. We'll see how that kind of goes down. So be on the lookout for those nominations to come out soon. Also, All-Star nominations are going to be happening very quickly as well. So
Did somebody say All-Star?
No. Make sure you're ready for that to see if NPC can go back to back to back to back.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
That's a lot of back.
I think back to back to back rolls off the tongue a little better. I don't know. You might have to self-sabotage.
Back to back to back.
We got some predictions, guys. Let's blitz through these real quick. The Harmony tier matchup this week on Tuesday is Venom Cheese taking on Ultraviolet's Venom Cheese's first opportunity to show what they got on the feature match stage up against Ultraviolet. Match of 2-0 teams this stage. Captain Jack, who do you got?
All right. Well, you know how cheese is made, right? First, it takes time to curdle and ferment, and then it turns into cheese.
Do you know how cheese is made?
No, I don't. Something tells me that it's time to give some of this cheese with a little side of antidote, just in case, keep you safe. It's going to be a close, cheesy victory, but I got to give it to Venom Cheese 3-2.
Thug, who you got?
I have this one. Again, this is just for seeding for those two. They're both locked in out of this group. I have Ultraviolet taking this one 3-1, mainly because they killed children. We all saw comms check. Shame.
Wow.
I mean,
no, they did. They were yelling it. The only person that was concerned was Malalia, but she still killed.
That poor baby.
Rip baby diva.
Tranquility Community, where things get real dark real quickly. NPC, go ahead.
Yeah, for totally different reasons. I played both of these teams recently, and I gotta go Ultraviolet 3-1. I feel like they're on like an uphill trend right now, and I feel like they got this one. This one's easy, but it's going to be 3-1. I got to give a little bit to Venom Cheese. It's going to be close 3-1, but it's going to be 3-1.
Bard, what about you?
So we're talking about cheese versus ultraviolet light. You know what lets off a lot of ultraviolet light? The sun. And you know what happens when you leave cheese out in the sun? It goes bad. And I think Venom Cheese are going to have a match that goes bad for them. So I think UV is going to win this 3-1.
Venom Cheese is already but
I mean, it depends on how hot it is too, because then you could bake the cheese and then it could be beautiful.
Yeah, like a queso.
I'm not trusting cheese that I've left out in the sun.
Can we get some Can we get some what faces in the chat, please? Hey, Captain Jack, we'll be starting the next one here.
Marcus knew it intending puns.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is every pun prior to this podcast has not been intentional.
Yes.
So he's working on it. This is
the practice.
Tailwind versus Exodus in the Discord tier on Thursday night. Captain Jack, who do you got in this match of Titans in the Discord tier?
See, you say Titans, but I feel like Tailwind's been flying a little lower than usual. And you know what lurks beneath the surface? It's Exodus. Exodus is getting ready to strike 3-1 this week.
All right. Thug, who do you got?
This is going to be a really good match. We kind of talked about it a little before. It's kind of Battle of the Titans here. I do have Exodus taking this one 3-2. I feel like they got their losses. That was a double they. Got their losses out of the way, and they're coming out strong.
NBC, who do you got on this one?
Okay, so this one's gonna be a banger. This is gonna be so close. I gotta flip a coin. It's heads is Tailwind ready? It's gonna be Tailwind. It's gonna be Tailwind 3-1. The coin has spoken, but it's gonna be close 3-1, 3-2. It's gonna be right there. I'm really looking forward to banger of a match. I just want to see map 5. I want to see the map 5. Okay.
Always the map 5.
Okay.
Map 5s.
All right, Bard, go ahead.
So I also have this as a really close match. I have it down as 3-2. But I think you know what happens when you have these long drawn out fights, you have these long matches, someone just has to catch that backdraft and soar up over it. And sharks don't fly. So it's gonna be Tailwind.
You've never seen Sharknado then, have you?
Yeah, I have seen Sharknado, but I have this thing where I can differentiate between fiction and nonfiction.
It's actually a documentary. We did a big documentary.
It's a documentary.
I mean,
thousands of people died in those Sharknadoes, Bard. Yeah. And if it wasn't for a man flying through the air with a chainsaw.
I love those movies.
That's just science.
Historical recounting
good
of Sharknado.
Science, Bard.
All right.
Oh boy.
I think the science supports Tailwind this time.
Oh, whatever you say.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, agree to
Fake news.
disagree.
Okay.
Al Roker elbow dropped a shark in that movie.
Fair.
I'm
That's a
just
fact.
saying, Al Roker.
Fact.
All right. The Transcendence tier feature match this week is two teams vying for one playoff spot. Last two teams in Discord tier, this will be the swan song for one of them, and the other will squeak into the playoffs. It's Folklore Gaming taking on Dirt. Dirt yet to taste victory in the Tranquility community. Folklore Gaming, same thing. Both teams really struggling to find their footing, if you will. Which team will find it in this match? Captain Jack.
All right. Well, kiddies, you see, once upon a time, there was a little team in Overwatch Tranquility Season 5. They were called Folklore Gaming. And when they were walking through the woods, when they were walking through the woods, they got swallowed up by the dirt. The end. Dirt 4-0.
Dirt 4-0. Wow. All right. Bug, who do you got in this one?
I have Dirt 3-2. And I'm gonna let MPC finish this one.
I like Dirt.
Yes.
Who do you
He
got
did
then?
a thing. He has a thing. I have a thing now. Things.
We have things.
It's still so funny.
It's the most Texas you ever sound.
I like
that.
Dirt.
I like Dirt.
I like Dirt.
All right.
Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yes, it is. Do you like
All
Dirt?
right. So look, I'm a big fan of folklore. I like the tales and the legends and the history and the just the fanfare. But I'm a big fan of folklore. But let's face it, comes right down to it. I like Dirt, and I got Dirt also 4-0. Let's go Dirt.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Bard, what do you think here? Last pick.
I've said GG go next so many times this season for Folklore, and I guys, I want them to win so badly.
They did,
but
they got one in
they got that one, but I've said GG go next exclusively after they won that game, and I think they're going to be 6 feet under the Dirt.
Yeah.
I think Dirt's going to win. But this is my bold prediction of the week. I think they're going to win 3-0.
Yeah, I was about to say bold prediction from
Haven't done
Bard.
a tie
A
yet.
draw.
You got to do your tie.
There's going to be a tie.
Yeah, there's gonna be a draw. Okay.
There's
Bold
gonna be
prediction.
one.
Looking back, I'm going to say the team who's actually had more map wins is Folklore Gaming. So it's worth
Please,
mentioning.
guys. For me.
I think Folklore comes through on this one. I know you guys weren't believers in the Folklore, but in the end, the Dirt is just the Dirt. So, all right, let's take it to the Twitter or the YouTube feature match this week. This match will be spoiled, unfortunately, because we have playoff brackets to get posted by Thursday night. But the match will still be great. It's Jersey Boys taking on Paradise. Captain Jack, who do you got in this one?
All right. Well, see, do you know the best place to get cheeseburgers? Well, let me tell you. There's this guy that us boomers know called Jimmy Buffett. He wrote this famous song, and it wasn't called Cheeseburgers in Jersey. So I'm gonna have to give it to Jersey Boys, 3-1.
Thug, who do you got in this one?
I have Jersey Boys taking this 3-1. But in honor of one of the original Jersey Boys, Tommy DeVito, that passed September 21st of this year from the Rona, where
I remember that night.
Oh boy.
Kids, go listen to the Four Seasons when you're done with this. It's really great music. I have this as a 4-0 for the Jersey Boys. Win one for them.
Oh my god.
Thug or NPC. NPC, who you got on this one?
You know what? I mean, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, that's pretty good stuff. But you know what? I think there's a different kind of music that takes me to Paradise. I'm going to go Paradise 3-1.
You're a Jimmy Buffett guy? Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, cheeseburgers, baby.
That's.
I love cheeseburgers so much.
Not what I was getting at, but okay. Brard, go ahead.
Cheeseburgers in Paradise. Jimmy Buffett.
So
I can't stop thinking about Juicy
Like a
Lucy
whole
right now.
reference like a minute ago.
All right, let me prove my,
Ooh, yeah.
my boomer chops.
Eddie Money. That's a good one, Bila. Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Bard.
So I didn't know who to pick for this match. Real back and forth. Really was not sure. I think both these teams have made strides. I think Paradise have had some big pickups. They're gonna turn their game around a bit. So I called up one of my friends. I called up Sherry, and she told me that Jersey Boys is gonna take this 3-2.
Old.
Okay.
All right. And our Twitter match this week, taking the win in the poll here, we had... I just lost my schedule. Oh my god. Panic. Hogfish taking on Good Boys. Sorry, Thug. I just cockblocked you a little bit there. Captain Jack. Jack, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm gonna finish it out the way that I started, and Thug's gonna get probably quite a bit flushed here in the next few seconds. But Good Boys have been doing decent this season, and now we know gods can bleed. So I think Good Boys has what it takes to deal another blow to the Pogfish, but it'll be close. Good
Doug
Boys
has gone to get his bat with a nail in it.
Yes.
He's
one
gone to put
nail.
more
He's
nails
putting
in the
more
bat.
nails into the bat. Then
More
he's
nails
going
into the bat. Yeah.
more nails into the bat.
Some barbed
I
wire,
would go with. I think I'm gonna. Is Thug there? Did he walk away with his headset?
He was wearing his headphones when he
He
walked
was wearing
away.
his headphones, so I know he can hear me right now.
I think he's just having a mental snap.
I think he's losing it.
I'm the
I
agent
think
of
he's
chaos.
lost it a little bit. I think he's lost it.
Oh man.
This is
the final blow to Thug.
This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. I mean, I guess Chad, how are you guys doing? Everybody doing good? Rossi, hey, everybody doing? Oh, hey,
Pogfish.
There we go. I like it. Okay.
Okay, that was good. That was actually really good. I salute that. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. He's wearing his Pogfish shirt too.
Damn right I am.
I wore that up at my family's at my in-laws' lake cabin.
Oh yeah.
And wore that out on the boat, and somebody says, "What does Pogfish make?" And I was just like, "Oh,
they think it's like a fishing company."
Yeah, small lure company. They really know how to. I tell you, they're a championship winning organization right there. So, all right, NPC, go ahead.
Okay, Thug has set the bar that he has said. He's said it sideways. I gotta say it upside down. Oh, I turned the wrong scene. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. Okay, it's Pog. I got 4-0. I got 4-0 on Pogfish.
NPC is Australian. I love that. Oh god! All right, Bard. What do you got on this one, Bard?
Oh my god! So,
oh boy,
it is Pogfish versus the decent at best boys.
Mediocre at best boys. Okay.
Best boys. It's Pogfish 4-0. I mean, they had a rough match this last week because they were missing some players, and they still took it really close against a team that I think is better than Good Boys. So I think this week with all their players, they're going to just be here to prove a point. And that point is Pogfish are the best team in Transcendence tier, and they are not going to show any mercy.
Oh, no.
I can't beat anything that NPC's done. So I
don't think NPC.
I don't think anybody can. So I'm just going to say, we're going to go full Yeti After Dark on this one and just say Pogfish. That's all I feel like right now. So, all right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's go to the upset specials this week. Captain Jack, who do you got?
All right. I know I do love my Flying Lions, but you know what I love just a little bit more, or maybe just as much? Tridents. And you know what you use tridents for?
What?
To shoot down Flying Lions. Barbados.
Oh.
Do you?
4-0.
Whoa. All right.
Oh, I can say whatever I want now.
Isn't that the whole point of this?
Oh, God. All right. Go ahead, Thug.
This one is from your trance group A. And for some reason, it's like 7-1 in favor of Requiem against Tempo. And y'all stupid. Tempo's taking this one 3-1. Y'all make me upset.
That was my second choice.
Y'all make me super upset. I'm sweaty.
NPC, who do you got?
Okay, well, I did not have time to prepare and do all my research, so I just scrolled through the predictions and polls channel and looked at the reactions just now, and the one that sticks out to me is Twilight Fox's over Meta Rejects.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 25-9. I don't see it. I don't see Meta Rejects. They ain't got nothing. They dropped their good player weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and they've been stumbling ever since. They're both 1-1 on the season right now. I think Twilight Fox has got this in the bag. Yeah, Twilight
Arctic Foxes.
Twilight Arctic Foxes, yes.
Yeah, the
Arctic Twilight Foxes.
Bard, wrap us up here on the upset specials.
So I had also written down Tempo versus Requiem because I agree that that's a weird. I think regardless of who wins, it should be way closer vote wise than it is. But because someone has made a crazy prediction score wise, and because someone has already said Tempo versus Requiem, I feel extremely confident in saying that Tempo is going to win 2-0-1.
God, I hate you.
So do they just not? How does 2-0-1 work?
Well, there's one tie and they lose one map.
So 2-1-1.
2-1-1.
Yes, that's how it works. That's how ties work.
Hold on, Thug. Can you verify?
We definitely play all three.
Yeah,
or all four. We don't play.
No, I think fourth map's going to be a forfeit, and they're just not going to count it on the roster.
No, but it counts as
it's a bolder prediction.
It's a double forfeit.
Both forfeit. They're like, we choose not to play.
Yeah.
The lobby's going to be scuffed, and they're just going to be like, you know what? We don't have time to replay it. Just yeah.
Yeah. It's a bolder prediction than you even thought initially. I can't do math. Is the real thing.
Bard really has to one up himself every time. Somebody else comes up with something.
You're singly competing with yourself.
Yeah.
Bard, something ain't
I'm not
right.
competing
Bard,
with anyone on these. You're right.
As my dad used to say to me, something ain't right with you, boy. Anyways,
and that's why we keep Bard around, folks.
Yep. Right. Guys, next week is a very, very, very loaded podcast. We have the playoff bracketology podcast. It's our big one. We cover all the playoff matches from beginning to end in our predictions. And not only that, the return of everybody's favorite segments, In Memoriam. Return next week.
They are the best. If you haven't been here for them,
and if you haven't been here for them and your team's eliminated, I want to apologize in advance.
This is where
he's not sorry.
This is where things. This is where I get to have some roast time. So we're gonna have some roasts, and it's gonna be fun. So, but again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for the hype train, all the subs today, guys. We appreciate it. Make sure to tune in tonight on YouTube. We have the YouTube feature match from last week going Battalion taking on Flying Lions.
Did those codes work?
Fantastic. They did. Fantastic match. It is premiering very shortly. So go tune in. In fact, go type in right now. Type in if you're not doing this right now, I'm just gonna ban you. Just gonna ban you, okay? Go to your browser right now, type in youtube.tv or youtube.com or whatever the hell you use. It's just youtube.com. And then do / and then OW Tranquility. Do that, got that. Go there, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And then in the, it's actually starting right now. It started 2 minutes ago. Get in there, watch that match because it's a good one. It's a real good one.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. Okay.
So we're going to wrap this up right now, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Drawing real quick. Drawing.
Random number generator. It's Impers. Good work.
Impers. Congratulations, Impers.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. See you guys.
I love them.
Experience tranquility.